In through our nose deep, pranayama breathing, exhaling, allowing our belly button to just fall towards our spine. Let's place one hand on our heart, one hand on our abdominal. And when our mind starts to wander and our thoughts start to go astray, we just bring them back to the present moment. Bring them back to our breath. And we try not to judge our thoughts, but we just allow them to come and go. These thoughts are just habitual thinking. We think them over and over. So we just are aware. Once we're aware of those thoughts, we just re-find our breath. And we just allow ourselves to just relax into the present moment. We allow ourselves to just feel grounded, feel the strength within our own bodies. We try and breathe in for 4 seconds through our nose and out for a little bit longer than 4 seconds. In yoga, we set an intention for today. So what do we want to get out of being on our mats? Maybe it's peace or strength or calm. Whatever it is, let's breathe that into our nose, right down past our heart center, down into our abdomen. And we can even breathe it into all the cells of our body. When we come to our mats, we start to re-energize all the cells, bring new life to them. When we move through our practice, we do what feels right for us today. So if we need to modify anything, any posture or position or take a break, we allow ourselves to do that. I'm 8 months pregnant, and so my some of my movements are getting more difficult, so I just allow myself to modify a little bit. So do what feels right for us. And as we move through our practice, we let go of judgments of ourselves and competition and expectations. And when we feel ourselves getting into those habitual thinking, we just allow ourselves to re-find our breath, re-feel our breath. And then we just continue on. When it feels right for us, let's just make our way to a standing position, grounding our feet, and just feeling our feet wide on our mats. We're going to do a grounding exercise before we start our grounding series. And so when I speak, then I'm going to give you a little bit of time to then repeat what I say, putting your name in place of my name. So let's just widen our feet. Let's pull our heads up towards the ceiling. We'll relax our shoulders, relax our knees, allow our arms to just fall where they want to fall. And let's begin to visualize roots growing strong out of our feet. So I invite us to just repeat after me. I am Jenna, and I am bound to the earth. And let's start to visualize a color of energy from our toes all the way up over our heads, all on the sides of us. And it's a color of energy and protection. So whatever color comes to our mind, we just visualize this bubble of color all around our bodies. And repeat after me. I am Jenna, and I am surrounded by a red energy field. I invite us to visualize a protective shield, an invisible shield all around that energy field. So it's just like a big bubble protecting our whole body. So we start to visualize that bubble coming up over us, from our feet up above our heads. And repeat after me. I am Jenna, and I am protected by an invisible shield. Repeat after me. I am Jenna, and I am bound to the earth. That exercise allows us to stay, have our own feelings in it, and it protects us from taking on the stress of the world, the stress of other people's feelings. Now we're going to start our practice. So let's just feel our feet. We're going to feel grounded and strong and supported. Let's just start to swing our arms, breathing deep, inhaling fresh energy, and exhaling by just allowing stress and tension to leave our bodies. We just allow ourselves to calm down. We allow ourselves to be present. Big breaths in through our nose and out through our nose. And there's no right or wrong way. We just do what feels right for us today. And let's start to slow it down, allowing our arms to just fall by our sides. We're going to just feel the bottom of our feet connected to our mats. And let's pick up our left foot, coming up into tree. Maybe we just keep our left foot at our ankle or our calf. Or maybe we can bring it all the way up into our thigh. We're going to bring our hands right to our heart center and just feel the bottom of our right foot grounded and strong. Breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. When it feels right, let's bring our left foot back next to our right. And we're going to hinge at our hips into a forward fold, pulling our hips up towards the ceiling, bending our legs where it feels comfortable, and we allow our head to just fall towards our mat. Once we find our position, let's find our breath, breathing in deep through our nose. Exhale and softening our bodies. When it feels right for us, let's ground our hands by just feeling our hands on our mats, widening our fingers. We're going to step back with our feet and come into plank. And we can either ground our knees by putting our knees on our mats, or else we hold up strong and we just focus our attention on our hands and our feet on our mats. Breathing in through our nose and softening with strength as we exhale. And let's pull our hips up towards the ceiling in downward dog. And again, we feel our feet strong and supporting us. We feel our hands strong and supporting us. And we allow our heads to just fall where it wants to fall. Through this, we slow our breathing down, breathing in long through our nose and exhaling a little bit longer. Let's drop our knees to our mats. And we're going to come into child's pose by allowing our hips to fall towards our heels. We reach our hands out onto our mats, allowing our head to rest on our mats. And if that doesn't feel right, we can stack our hands And rest our head onto our hands. We're breathing in deep through our nose and soften our bodies, feeling our bodies connected to our mats. And let's bring our knees to the left side of our mat. So both knees are going to come to the side. We're going to pivot our upper body so our upper body is still grounded, facing forward on our mat. And let's again rest our frontal lobe either down on our hands, down on our mat, or else we can stack our hands. We'll just breathe in through our nose and exhale deep out through our nose. And let's switch to the other side. So we bring our knees to the right side of our mat, stacking our knees, pivoting at our waist, and then just allowing our frontal lobe to connect down to our hands over our mat. Let's come back up onto our knees. We're going to step our right foot by our right hand, our left foot to follow. Let's release and forward fold. Find our breath here. And then when it feels right for us, let's slowly stand up. Breathing deep, inviting fresh new energy into our bodies. And once we're standing tall again, let's widen our toes, feeling strong and supported underneath our feet. And then we'll bring our right foot either to our left ankle or to our left calf or all the way up into our left thigh. And we're going to do this the whole series again. We'll go a little bit faster, a little bit more with flow. Let's bring our thumbs to our heart center, breathing deep in through our nose and exhaling deep. Let's bring our right foot back to our mats. Let's hinge at our hips into a forward fold, releasing our head down and breathing deep. Let's ground our hands, stepping our feet back into plank, finding our breath here. And let's pull our hips up to the ceiling in downward dog. We pull our heels down to our mats if we can, and we find our breath here. And we'll drop our knees to our mats, releasing our hips into child's pose. And let's find our breath here, breathing deep as we can. And exhale by softening our bodies. And we'll pull our knees over to our right side of our mat, hinging at our hips to twist. And we just let our heads fall on our hands or onto our mat. And let's position our knees onto the left side of our mat now. We're stacking them, twisting at our hips, and just connecting, grounding our head to our hands or the mat. We breathe deep in through our nose and exhale by softening and grounding ourselves. And we'll come up onto our knees, feeling our knees, and then stepping our right foot to our right hand. Our left foot's gonna follow. Let's release and forward fold, finding our breath here. And when it feels right, we'll slowly roll up, stacking our vertebrae, pulling our heads up towards the ceiling, grounding our feet. Let's pull our shoulder blades back and down. Let's pull our fingers down towards our mat and stand in mountain pose. So our palms are facing out. We're allowing our abdomens to rise and fall, and our chest is open and strong. Let's reach our fingers up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our fingers together at the top, our palms together, and let's pull and stretch the sides of our arms, the sides of our ribs. And when it feels right for us, let's bend at our elbows, continuing to pull our fingers up towards the ceiling, and let's pinch our shoulder blades back behind us, opening our heart center. Let's reach our hands back above our heads, bringing our hands together. And when it feels right for us, let's bring our thumbs right down to our heart center. And I invite us to honestly feel ourselves. Do we feel more connected with ourselves than before we came to our mat? Let's start our sun salutation. So let's inhale, reaching our hands up towards the ceiling. We're going to release our hands so they're open. And we're just going to arch our backs back to waterfall. If opening our backs to waterfall doesn't feel right for us, we can just bend, reach our arms back. We don't have to bend our backs. Let's find our breath here, letting our hearts just sing out as we exhale. And let's reach our hands straight back up. Let's softly swan dive by hinging at our hips into forward fold. When we pull our hips up towards the ceiling, we allow our heads to just fall where they want to fall. And we find our breath here. We're going to step back with our right foot, coming into a lunge that feels right for us. If we need to drop our knee, we drop our knee. If we can hold strong, then we hold strong. We reach out with our right hand and up and over as we pull our fingers up towards the ceiling. We open our heart centers and we find our breath here. Let's bring both hands back to our mat. We're going to step back with our left foot. We drop our knees down if we need to, or else we just hold strong and plank. Again, feeling our hands and our feet. And then we're going to lower into crocodile. We're going to straighten our arms, reaching our heads up into upward dog. And let's pull our hips up into downward dog. Let's step forward with our right foot, finding our lunge on our left side, and then reaching out with our left hand and up and over. We continue to just breathe as deep as we can through all of our postures, inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our nose a little longer. We're trying to focus on our exhales. And let's bring our hands to our mat. I'm going to step forward with our left foot, releasing in forward fold. And let's slowly stand tall, feeling our spine, feeling our feet, feeling the strength in our legs. And we reach up with our hands and we arch back into waterfall. And we reach back up with our hands. Let's place them together. And on our own exhale, let's bring our thumbs to our heart center. We're going to do the same thing starting on the left side. So through our postures and our positions, let's continue to focus on our exhales. Exhaling deep and long, and inhaling fresh new energy into our bodies. Allowing ourselves to just free ourselves as best we can of stress and anxiety. And if we can't today, we can't. It's no big deal. Let's inhale, reaching straight up with our hands. We're going to exhale by opening our heart centers into waterfall. We reach back up with our hands. Let's softly swan dive down to our mats and forward fold. We'll step back with our left foot, focusing on our exhales. Inhale, reaching out with our hand. And exhaling as long as we can. Let's bring our left hand to our mat. We're going to step back with our right. Hold in plank. Let's lower to crocodile. And we'll straighten our arms. We'll reach our heads up into upward dog. Let's pull our hips to downward dog. Step forward with our left foot. We're going to reach out with our right and up and over. Still focusing on our exhales. And let's bring our hands to our mat. We're going to step forward with our right foot. Releasing in forward fold. And we just slowly roll up. We stand tall, reaching our heads up towards the ceiling, feeling the air as our hands come up towards the ceiling. And let's arch back into waterfall. And let's reach our hands up, placing them together. And on our own exhale, let's bring our thumbs to our heart center. Let's do a couple big pranayama breaths by exhaling as long as we can and keeping our thumbs at heart center. Nice job, you guys. Let's bring our hands right down by our sides. Let's just reach our shoulder blades back and down again as we open our heart centers and just feel our feet strong and supporting us right beneath us. Just allow ourselves to have fresh new energy in. And let's step to the front of our mat as we start our warrior posture. So as we go through our warrior, which is the work phase of our practice, we just try and discipline our minds to just stay with our movement, feel the strength in our bodies, and stay with our breath. Let's step back with our right foot, coming into a lunge that feels comfortable for us. And we're going to reach our hands up towards the ceiling. Long exhales. And let's pivot our back foot, feeling our feet strong and supporting us. Let's reach our hands out away from us and we feel a pull of our left hand with a string, the pull of our right hand with a string. We breathe deep. Let's straighten our left leg. We're going to slide our left hand down our left leg and reach up with our right. Inhaling deep and exhaling by softening. And let's reach both hands towards our mat. We're going to step forward with our right foot, bringing it about a foot behind our left. We're going to hinge at our hips and just transfer our weight back onto our right foot. So our left heel is still grounded. We allow our heads to just fall where they want to fall. We breathe deep. And let's step our right foot forward. We're just going to slowly straighten our backs, rounding up, standing tall, feeling the strength in our legs. And when it feels right for us, we'll step back with our left foot. Coming into a warrior lunge. Maybe it's a high lunge today. Maybe we can go into a deeper lunge. It's whatever feels right for us. Let's reach our hands straight up towards the ceiling, pulling our fingertips up, feeling our feet grounded down. And let's pivot our back foot. We're going to reach our hands away, pulling our fingertips one way, other fingertips the other, allowing our abdomens to rise and fall. Let's straighten our right leg. We're going to slide our right hand only to where it wants to go. Maybe it's our knee, maybe it's our shin, maybe it's our ankle or our mat, and we reach our left hand up towards our ceilings, opening our hips, opening our hearts. We're going to reach our hands to our mat, stepping forward with our left foot, bringing it about a foot behind our right. We're just going to transfer our weight to our left foot, hinging at our hips and releasing our head. We breathe fresh energy into our bodies and we exhale long. We're going to just drop our hips down towards our mat. Our feet can space out a little bit wider than hip width. And let's bring our heels so they're towards each other. Just going to allow our hips to try and fall to our mats. Our heads can release down if that feels right. Maybe it feels better to reach our heads up towards the ceiling. We can use our hands for support if that feels good. We just continue to breathe deep. And let's allow our hips now to ground themselves back onto our mats. Let's bring our feet together in butterfly. So our feet touch right in front of us. And let's just allow our upper bodies to just fall towards our feet. We can release our head so our spine is curving. And we just breathe deep, inhaling through our nose and exhaling long. As we've entered ourselves into our cool down part of our practice, let's try to just slow ourselves down. Let's reach our right foot straight out from so we're going to straighten our right leg. Let's bring our left foot across our right leg. We're going to just ground our left foot where it wants to go. And then we'll bring our right hand and just reach it across our left knee or our left thigh, allowing that where it wants to go. And we're just going to do a spinal twist. Breathing in deep through our nose and exhaling deep. And when it feels right for ourselves, we switch to the other side. We feel what our body's doing, and then we switch. We do a spinal twist over to the right. And let's release our right leg. And we're just gonna lower ourselves. So our whole body now is gonna be connected to our mats. We're just gonna lower our upper body. Let's lift our feet off of our mats if we can. If we can't lift our feet with our core, then we can just slightly try and lift it. So maybe our feet can't totally leave our mats, but we want to just strengthen our core a little bit here. So we lift our feet slightly off of our mats, breathing deep. And let's raise our feet all the way towards our ceilings, coming into legs up the wall. So our feet are just reaching towards our ceiling. Our hips are grounded. Our arms go where they want to go. And if we can, we lift our hips even farther off our mats by placing our hands in the small of our backs. And we try and stay with our breath, breathing in through our nose and exhaling long through our nose. And let's lower our legs back to our mats, finding a position where we feel comfortable as we start our meditation. So if we have a pillow and want to support the back of our neck, we can do that. We can bring our feet together in butterfly, or our knees up towards our ceiling and our feet grounded. Whatever feels right for us today. Let's relax our face muscles. And let's become aware of our whole bodies, from the top of our heads all the way down to our feet. And let's become aware of the natural rhythm of our breath. So we're not going to force our exhales to be long. We're just going to allow ourselves to breathe naturally, allowing our belly buttons to rise and fall. The breath is an exquisite pointer to our true nature as consciousness. The breath, like thought, is discontinuous. It comes and goes. By focusing on the pause between breaths, you open to an awareness of stillness, which lies behind and between each breath and each thought. During yoga and in the still moments of daily life, return to the basic stillness at the end of each breath, movement, and thought. It is said that breath is the bridge between the body and the spirit. Pranayama is a practice that we experience both physically and spiritually. The moment we close our eyes and bring our attention to our breath, distinct, positive, physiological effects commence. Our heart rate slows. Stress is decreased. There is a decrease in metabolic activity, blood sugar and lactic levels, muscle tension, and skin conductivity. The sum total of these positive changes is an increased sense of well-being, a sense of coming home. This shift on the emotional level is accompanied by a shift in attention. We are aware that the concerns that held us so tightly just a moment before have receded. we sense a powerful presence. This presence is stillness. Experience yourself, the peace of mindful breath. Enter into that stillness, and you will have a glimpse of the peace in the universe. I invite us to slowly roll onto our right side, feeling that right side grounded, feeling our breath and the stillness in our bodies. And when it feels right for us, push ourselves up into a position where we're sitting on our mats, feeling maybe our hips grounded, and finding our breath here, feeling that stillness in our bodies as we just sit comfortably on our mats. I invite us to chant the mantra either out loud or mentally. Repeat after me. We can do what feels right for us. We can repeat it again and again. I invite us to repeat this mantra. I am peace. I am love. I am light. Let's take a moment to just feel the stillness as we come back to our breath again. And let's bring our thumbs to our heart center. Let's honor ourselves, each other, and our practice. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste.